I'll show you how to really reset ISO. Whoops. This is new meta. This is new meta. Just reset and Z burst dash loop. Nice. Do I like this new patch or not? Not a fan of it. It is what it is though. Like what I just did there? That was like a result of new patch.
What's good, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. Christian here again with another video, and as you see, the professor has spoken. And who is the professor? It's Alwuhu himself, one of the best sparking creators on YouTube. He's been on a hiatus for a while, but as you see, he came back and dropped some heat on us in his live, okay? So he's not a fan of the current patch because it makes the gameplay feel too samey for the same reason that I said yesterday. Basically, there's like resets in the game, C burst dash loops. There's a bunch of stuff that you can exploit in the game to just make the offense feel the same, okay? And he showed it off in his stream, but it didn't seem like he was having too much fun with it for good reason. Now, I was surprised to find out that there's a lot of people that are attached to guaranteed resets. I thought everybody would be kind of in agreement with me, but you know, that's not a bad thing. I actually approve of disagreements. I shouldn't be surprised because guaranteed resets have been in the game this whole time, so people don't like change, even though I believe it's bad for the game. Obviously, people have gotten used to guaranteed resets and they're gonna be resistant to that change. But I'm here to tell you, you shouldn't fear that change. I believe if we take guaranteed resets out the game, it will make the game better and you'll like the game better for it, okay? Now, Alwuhu is one of the most respected voices in the Sparking Zero community, but he's not the only one who has came against the game feeling a little flowcharty, okay? So Grandmaster Hawk has been critical of the game this whole time for everybody having to play the same because of the mechanics of the game. And yesterday I came across another player, a top player called Weiss from TikTok, and he dropped a video that was pretty interesting, talking about super counters and how they contribute to the game feeling the same for everybody. And I'm gonna drop that clip right here so you can hear it from his own words.
Recently on TikTok, I posted a video on TikTok basically of me fighting the best PS5 player in Sparking Zero. It's him right here, the old rider. His name is Speedy. Yeah, he's the best PS5 player. And people said the fight was boring between me and him. Like at first, I didn't understand why they said the fight was like boring. But after rewatching the clip, I do understand. All we were doing was super countering. We were just having super counters, super counter wars after super counter wars. That's all we were doing. Having super counters leading the vanish wars. That has to be dumbest idea the developers like had to come up with, because like we're having a game right just based on just one mechanic, right? Just super counters, right? This for me is just ridiculous. Like it's like, bro, having a good neutral game, it doesn't matter when in higher ranks, because like no matter how good your neutral game is, if your opponent super counters you frame one, right, even if he doesn't mean to, right, and he has more key than you do, it's over for you, bro. If you can't super counter it, you're basically dead.
So as you see, even top players are realizing that the mechanics of this game are very flawed, especially the super counter system, because a lot of the arguments yesterday that people had against me about wanting to get rid of guaranteed resets is that you could just super counter out of them. But the thing is, that's not a good answer, guys, because you could always say that about anything. Any exploit in this game, you could just say, hey, just super counter more, or you know, just vanish out or whatever. But that doesn't mean that it should be in the game, okay? If it's an exploit and is ruining the experience, then it should be taken out regardless if you could just super counter out. And as far as like key blast resets and sweep resets, it just makes everybody play the same because it's the optimal way to do damage. Like right here, I'm playing Frieza and I'm doing all this other stuff. But if we're gonna keep it 100, if I wanted to be optimal about it, then I would just play exactly the same as Alwuhu was playing at the beginning of this video and just key blast looping and C burst dash looping, right? But I don't want to play like that because it's not fun, right? if the guaranteed resets are just making everybody play the same because it's the best option, in my opinion, it should be gone from the game. And as far as super counters are concerned, like Weiss mentioned, essentially matches are decided by super counter wars at high levels, because that's what's going to end up happening as the player base evolves. People just get better at super counters, and in my opinion, the devs are scared to nerf super counter because they hide the flaws in the game. By having super counter be so strong, any bug or exploit that's in the game technically can be super countered out of, right? But the problem is that super counters are so strong and they lead to vanish wars all the time. So basically it creates a situation where the neutral game is basically irrelevant. So in my opinion, super counters should change at some point long term. I agree with Weiss in that it should reset to neutral. And if you want to follow up on that super counter, you should be able to by spending resources. You should be forced to do either a Z-burst dash or something that costs resources to follow up on that super counter hit. It shouldn't be just a free vanish, you know. That's too much, and it takes away from the game because it makes the game feel like it's playing on autopilot. You know, you're not actually playing the game by just pressing up and square and triangle. Like, that's not really fun and it's not really interesting. So in my opinion, it should change long term, and the emphasis should go more towards neutral. We should add some, you know, recovery mechanics to the game so that people can't just get off free hits on wake up. And if you take away that flowchart guaranteed reset stuff, now you have to incorporate some actual mix-ups. You actually have to be creative on how you're going to reset your opponents. You actually have to take some risk reward scenarios, and then you can have tech chases, and then we can actually have a fun game, okay? But as of now, it just feels like the game is just playing on autopilot. And as the game goes on and players get better, obviously they're going to get more optimal. They're just going to resort to doing the same stuff. And right now, Key Blast loop resets and Z-burst dash loops are just the meta and the best way to do damage. So why would players do anything different? But if we gonna keep it 100, it's very unlikely that Sparking Zero will ever get to that point. It would take a very smart developer with some intentional changes and you know, some real smart decisions to get the game into that point, and it would have to change the game drastically. So I don't know if Spike and Bandai can get to that. Actually, I don't think they have the talent. I don't think they have the intelligence to do it, if I'm gonna be honest. So for now, I'm just gonna create my own fun. You know, I play, for example, Frieza here is not that good of a character competitively, but I always have fun playing him. I like that I could do mix-ups and my own manual resets. I don't have to do the standard, you know, just regular resets. You know, I like his transformation, and I just create my own fun. But that's why I play in quick play and I don't play in ranked, and I don't go for leaderboards, because once you take it to a competitive setting, this game just gets real cheese real fast, and it's just not fun for me. If I wanted to play competitive game, it would not be Sparking Zero. It would have to be a different game, you know. And there's plenty options out there for you if you want that. Like I've said before, I do enjoy this game, and I love making content for it because the game is so broken that it's actually interesting to talk about, okay? So I'll catch you on the next video, guys. The next video will have to do with some of the thoughts that Alwuhu had about DP Battle, and I'll catch you on that one. Peace out.
Don't you dare go easy on me. I warned you.